Right. How do I record an introduction to the deck Stasis without being as boring as the deck Stasis and make you want to watch? I'm going to start by saying it's insane to me that there is no stock Stasis deck list. I assume that there would be. Last year, Chris Roy won a tournament. He built a Stasis deck with extremely good fundamentals. I figured that people would just be tuning off of his list to move forward. The big innovations, of course, being trimming win conditions and focusing more on controlling the game, of course. Trimming codependent cards like Forsaken City, he trimmed down to 1. I'm playing 2 here. And then doing some more obvious stuff like cutting Arcane Denial for Counterspell and just sort of being a good mono blue control deck in the absence of having Stasis Vice. Like, I find it a little strange that a lot of Stasis decks really fall apart if they don't have Vice in play. And you really just want to support Stasis because Stasis, the state of Stasis will make it so that you will find whatever you need. Now, it's not always true. Sometimes you're racing. Sometimes you're trying to fade your opponent's last Fire Blast off the top of the deck and then having that early Stasis Forsaken City Vice 3-card combo makes it more likely for that to happen, which then brought me to my next revelation. Why is Stasis not playing the maximum of good card selection? Card selection being Portent and, of course, Impulse. I am playing just the 3 Impulse here, mostly because I'm heavy in the 2-mana slot, so I don't want to have too many 2-mana cards. But Portent, 1-mana card, you can play it on your odd-numbered mana turns. That's a huge deal. Play 4 Portent in your Stasis list. If you want to keep playing Stasis with all the cards that I cut, I don't care, but for the love of God, I don't see why you wouldn't want to play the maximum number of Portent in a deck that has so little to do with 1 mana. But I digress. Stroke of Genius is also Chris Roy technology, a win condition that can double as a grind condition. Flash of Insight is my own addition to help find your win conditions. If you are under, some sort of pressure to get something going, you're going to have Stasis, you're going to hand size Flash of Insight to your Stasis, then you're going to look at 20 cards, stack your deck, find that Black Vise that you're looking for, sail off into the sunset, feel really good about yourself. Power Sync over Mana Short seems like a no-brainer, does the same thing as Mana Short, but also sometimes does something that Mana Short cannot do. Just as effective against, not just as effective, but often just as effective against Phyrexian Dreadnought, Duress, Orm's Chant type shenanigans. The sideboard, I guess I should talk about Powder Keg. Powder Keg is sort of my choice of interacting with decks that can sort of do things. That's like man land control decks. Obviously Decree of Justice type stuff, Call to Hurt, I don't know, whatever. Decks that can attack you with permanents, either before or in some cases after you have Stasis in play, right? A slow drip of creatures can get your life total to 0 if they had a lot of offense. Into the sideboard, Annul is obviously premium. Chill is going to be my attempted answer to red decks. Another Powder Keg. People are going to board in their Xantid Swarms, their own Powder Kegs, and that kind of stuff. Ivory Tower, again, kind of addressing the slow drip creature question. Flash of Insight is going to add the maximum grind. I believe that there are matchups where it's correct to board low or no Stasis. And Flash of Insight in for Stasis is like really excellent because you're trading a card that eats your resources for a card that gives you more resources. So I love the sound of that. This deck, and then Misdirection helps you win Counterspell Wars. And I guess sometimes you can tag like an attempted naturalized Ray of Revelation. Don't be so sure that's going to happen, but you never know. I feel really good about this list. I like all the cards that I'm seeing here. These cards all do stuff. They're all like the best card at doing their thing, except for Boomerang. Boomerang just is there for Meddling Mage. But yeah, these are all cards that you see in other decks with just a couple of random exceptions. And obviously Thwart is broken in Stasis, but You know, these are just cards that are powerful that I don't feel bad about playing them. They're not stuff like Howling Mine or Arcane Denial. These like, oh, the, you know, combo-y Stasis cards. Like, this is a blue control deck that has a card that lets you guarantee that you're just going to see every single card in your deck. And that's the thing that makes it good. That's the thing that the card Stasis does. And you don't need to be in a rush to find your win con, except for when the clock is ticking. I will say that the way this deck is currently built, I am going to time out more often than if I had a bunch of Black Vise, right? If I found Black Vise and I didn't bother with any of the shenanigans, I just played Black Vise, sure, I would kill my opponents a lot more quickly, but I want this channel to be about what I would build in paper and play in large paper tournaments, because that's what Premodern is all about. And this is the deck that I would play in paper, and in paper it's much easier to resolve all your upkeep triggers and move through turns really quickly with Stasis, because you can just do everything. You can just exile stuff to your Forsaken City. You just don't have to, you know, you don't have to fuss with all your cards. You don't have to click. So Magic Online, it's gonna be a lot tougher. My upkeep steps are going to be very taxing, but I have a lot of keyboards set up, and hopefully we can move through these games in a breeze, and hopefully the viewing experience is okay. There's going to be some expectation that if I'm not talking, the software is going to cut out a lot of blank spots. You might jump forward in time. Apologies in advance if that happens. It's just because I was locked in, but yeah, I'm hoping this still is a good learning experience for you and a good learning experience for me. And you know, on the flip side, I know that I play a lot of blue grindy decks on this channel, but maybe you can, and maybe when I lose, you can see the secrets to beating those blue grindy mana denial decks. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump into some matches. Okay, it's Stasis time. Jamming up against Nameless, and we are going to be going pretty ham here. Have to make decisions fast, have to talk fast and think fast. So that is the deal. We're going to Portent. This is not a great Portent, but I think the island plus the Flash of Insight at a minimum is not bad, because we definitely need the second island, and I don't want to shuffle and then miss on the second island. So let's go ahead and go for that. This is one of the trickiest decks to play as a content creator, because you don't have time to talk, and you also don't have time to really click buttons, and it's also a boring deck to watch unless you are a true lover of the blues. Against Underground River, I could be faced up against a combo deck. I don't know how good running out of Powder Keg is right now. I might go for the early lock here. Kind of depends on what I see from my opponent. Obviously it could be Dreadnought, so, but I also have no reason. Oh, interesting. So now it's looking like it's more likely to be a combo deck. I could take the Vice and then just be ready to end this game. It seems not that good, because I can just cast this Flash of Insight. The Counterspell is still protecting me from any shenanigans. Like, I mean, the most popular deck here is the Hermit Druid deck. I think taking Black Vise is a mistake, but it does mean I have to shuffle my Portent later to try to find the Black Vise later in order to close out the game. This is a tough one. I don't know. I still don't know what I'm playing against, so I'm going to try to take a more conservative line and try to get some more info. Because, like, if it turns out to be like a... I don't know. There's just... It feels like there's a lot of bad things that can happen to me if I don't... if I'm not careful. I already spent too much time on the decision. Okay, it is a combo deck. So it's going to be Dreadnought here. And I'm going to go ahead and counter the, I mean, it could be a Hermit Druid. Vision Charm Mill Choose a land type and basic land type. Each land type of the first type becomes a chosen type. Okay. Just gonna go do this. This is the funniest way to Orm's chant your Stasis opponent. But I'm gonna have some unfortunate news for them in the form of Stasis. So they should pass priority. I'm gonna go for the Flash of Insight. Take a Gush. It's pretty strong. Guess Powder Keg on turn 2 could have been good, but they just didn't want to run their Hermit Druid into my counter magic, so that was also kind of interesting. Already a pretty interesting game, but my favorite part is that they think that I'm playing Dreadnought right now. Let's see what their anti-Dreadnought plan is. Yeah, I mean, you gotta play your Dreadnought. Phase it out. Vision Charm that. Come on, come on. No, it's a Stifle. Ugh. How sad. Alright. Guess I have to draw a Chain of Vapor. Oh, and I got a Thwart the next turn. Alright, well, we're going to take 12. Okay, so the problem with Powder Keg is that it makes it harder for me to... Are they going to stifle this? They should stifle the activation. I guess I'm going to fight a Counterspell war right now. Okay, so I think I'm going to start by blowing up this Phyrexian Dreadnought, and okay, it resolves. And then I'm going to pass the turn without playing Forsaken City. I can Gush. Gush is pretty awkward because if I have to Thwart, I'm like pretty sad. Huh. But I have like the Gush in hand. Should I just give up the Ghost here? I feel like I like that my opponent hasn't like done anything yet, and they can't really like win in one turn. Because the problem is that if they know that I'm Stasis, they like won't Vision Charm their like next Dreadnought. So I think we'll go for this kind of cheeky Gush and pass through. I also have to be worried that like eventually they're going to draw like enough duresses and stuff, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Now I'm fully in the mode of hard casting Gushes. Not really interested in doing them any other way. And I'm going to Flash of Insight just so I can hit my 5th land drop now. Okay. Interesting. Guess I'll just take Counterspell. Power Sink was interesting. I mean, maybe I should have saved that Flash because it would have pushed the other thing closer. It would have pushed the Vise closer up to the top. Okay, they're doing black. Are they gonna hard cast a Sutured Ghoul? They know they're tapping out now? They're gonna Haunting... What? Okay, that's interesting. Oh man, let's see. Let's stack abilities automatically. Oh man, it doesn't work. Sealed. Okay, no. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna play Stasis, and I will pass the turn. Okay, that was a bold Sutured Ghoul. Add blue. No. We will exile nothing. Play an island. Pass the turn. Okay, slow way to win here, unfortunately. Just trying to find Portent. And no. Okay, yes. Okay, do this, and exile the extra stasis, and no this, and yes this, and draw foil, cast the Gush. I don't know, this is going to be a long one. Hand sizing here is obviously dumb AF, but it's fine. I'm not really like in any danger here. Yeah, I obviously shouldn't hand size. I should just be holding the Gushes for the maximum amount of time. But anyways, mistakes were made. And we'll resolve our shit. And we will keep going. And I guess we're keeping the Forsaken City untapped for I don't know what reason. No to this, no to this, yes to this. It's a little bit rude that after I play my, after I pay for the stasis, I still have to hit one more button. Lotus Petal. You may have Lotus Petal. Yeah, you can definitely duress me. I guess I could take Chain of Vapor, which would be kind of obnoxious. Anyways, first Gush was a mistake. Flashback, Flash of Insight was also a mistake. Thwart is fine. Go for the Hermit Druid. So Hermit Druid plus activation plus whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna tick up my Powder Keg and kill this thing. Or I could just Chain of Vapor now. Let's tick up my Powder Keg and kill this thing. Yes. No. Pay. Play an island, I guess. And blow up the Hermit Druid and pass through. Oh boy. I wonder if I can auto yield to these abilities. I'm trying to think. So the only thing that I would want to do to, again, is to untap, pay for one for the Forsaken Cities, but then I can just yield to the Forsaken Cities, but not yield to the Stasis. So I'll do that. Got to get my optimization done. I still have 17 minutes on the clock. Okay, so Stasis we never yield to, and these we always yield to, and we're gonna say no and exile the impulse. Okay, and we are just trucking along. Opponent, of course, passes and does nothing, and we do nothing. And we pay our upkeeps, and we play our islands, and we continue with our lives. And we pay our upkeeps, and we do what we need, and we draw some more gas, and we chill, we pass, and we pass. And ironically, Black Vise here is not good because they have access to Vision Charm. So we're just gonna, what happens if we do this? We just go up, what happens if we go up 2 islands? What happens if we go up 2 islands? We go up to 9 cards in hand, and then we'll be hand sizing 1, so we just don't want to do anything yet. Okay, end step, I'll just bounce the Stasis and untap a bunch of lands. And say no to this stuff. Go to my draw step, play an island, play a Stasis, and continue with our life. Yeah, we've used 10 minutes of clock. We only have a couple minutes left. which is definitely a little bit annoying. Not like a couple minutes left, obviously, but like a couple minutes left to average out the game. Like, you know, I have an allotment for this game that's like 12 and a half minutes, and I've used 10 of them. And I guess that's the problem. I'm already regretting my decision to play this deck. Obviously, I could just play 4 Black Vise, and then that's not the problem. But yeah, obviously, I want to be able to use Black Vise to close games a little quicker. I mean, I feel like we haven't drawn a Portent yet, which is kind of rude. Like, we should draw a Portent and shuffle quite soon. I don't know. Nice, we have the Claws of Gix. So that just means we're in great shape. Clock is, of course, killing me. Need a macro here. Wonder if my 3 counterspells in hand are going to be enough. Hard to say. They could always cast enough spells. Their stuff is pretty cheap, right? So, who knows? Okay, we got the stroke. So now we just need to wait until the balance has returned. We actually have our win con. We just need to get our opponent down to 17. We have 14 draws, so we just need to get our opponent down to 15 cards left in library. No. Should pay for this with this, though, because we might not draw an island. I don't even know what I'm doing, though. Like, what should I exile next turn? Should I just exile the Gush? The Gush is just no longer necessary. I need the Gush to enable the foil. So I'm just not going to exile. I'm just going to hand size? That seems wrong. Should I write hand size here? Okay. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I mean, I guess if I'm worried about hand sizing, I just chain of vapor the stasis, but... Okay, 15 seconds till we're at the halfway mark. So, not ideal. Whatever, we're doing this as a learning experience, so... And I don't think I need this much action. I mean, I guess there's Cabal Therapy, so I should split my chain of vapor here. Okay, impulse. Just hand size the impulse. I guess we're at the point of hand sizing we should chain of vapor, right? Because isn't that like better? But I don't know. I have finite chains of vapor, so it's part of the problem. Maybe I should. Who knows? Stasis players know. I'm not a Stasis player. I'm a Dreadnought player, so. Okay, what have we got? We've got 20 lands in play, so 6 more turns of this and then they're dead. And we'll just bounce the Stasis on vibes. Draw the Portent. Oh, I can finally Portent shuffle me. Although now actually the Black Vise was like closer than, because I cast Impulse. Yeah, I should just Impulse to, I shouldn't have pitched that Impulse because that Impulse would have put the Black Vise closer to my hand. But now I'm gonna kill a Stroke of Genius, right? Because I have enough lands. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me how it works. Keg. So what do we have? We have 22 lands. They have 19 cards in the library. So it's almost time. This one is a no. And this one's a yes. And this is a yes. Island. So we have 23 lands in play, so we have enough to go for the lethal stroke. They have the Croson Reclamation, so we have to hit them for 20, 21. Okay, sacrificing the Stasis, untapping, saying no twice, drawing a card, playing Stasis itself, passing the turn, because now I have 21 lands, and I'm just going to stroke them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then oh my god, I don't have enough. I mean, I do have enough, but I don't have enough in the way that makes sense. Like I have 19, 21, so I'm stroking them for 18. But I wanted to like not give them the full untap, right? Okay, I messed that up. I needed to wait one more turn for the chain, or I could like do some other stuff. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. What do I have? I have 20 lands now. I just need to leave 1 mana up to blow up the Stasis. Is all. That's like the only thing, so that I can like go do something else. I don't know. 20 lands is 17 cards. Maybe I should just do it. I don't know. Obviously, kind of silly that I just don't. Okay, well, we're just gonna stroke them. We have all the counter spells in the world. Like we have every counter spell. So we'll just stroke you for 17, 18. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna lose on time. So I went 4 minutes way too deep into that game, and I probably should have just gone for the other way. And the Powder Keg was really killing me there because it was giving me all these extra triggers. So that's kind of a shame. Okay, so what's the best way to kill them? So stroke is obviously a hilarious way to do it if they go for the combo, the Hermit Druid combo. All my bounce is super good. All my bounce with different names is super good. And Brain Freeze is good against the Hermit Druid combo. Obviously I have to use like Brain Freeze and Stroke, but that's how it works. Can I board out Stasis? The only way for them to win the game is to attack with Phyrexian Dreadnought or Sutured Ghoul, and I can effectively stop that using Powder Keg stops the Hermit Druid. Bouncing the Hermit Druid works. You can't misdirect Duresses, but you can misdirect like what, Vision Charm? I don't know. I'm just gonna time out this game. I used four too many minutes. I actually feel like I wasn't spending that much time on actions. Like I feel like Magic Online kind of hit me a little there. So what does Stasis do? Fogs Dreadnoughts, lets them Vision Charm. Oh, they could have Vision Charmed me. I wasn't playing around them Vision Charming me at the end. That was a mistake. Glad it didn't come down to that. Oh, I guess I don't need the Claws of Gix then if I'm boarding out Stasis. I guess the deck that top 8'd had Pyroblast, so I'll just play Misdirection for those. And maybe I have to like play Flash of Insight because the only way I'm winning this game is if I stop them. If I find my stuff. Should I play Annul because it's fine against Dreadnought? Annul doesn't have too many other targets, but I guess Misdirection's kind of good against the Cabal Therapy. I don't know. Okay, well this. Keep the Portent Impulse Boomerang hand. It's fine with me. They're on 6 cards, it looks like. City Brass, pass. Got an island, and I'm going to Portent me. What are we looking for? Good question. I don't know. Answers to turn 2 Hermit Druid would be a good start. Okay, well, what if they get Xantid Swarm? Oh, Meddling Mage. Okay, so I guess I want to draw this foil because this Meddling Mage is going to come down, and even though I have a Boomerang in hand, I just don't want to be attacked for 2, especially when I don't have Stasis in my deck anymore. Okay, that's a Dreadnought. Sure. So I'm going to Boomerang this Dreadnought because the foil is not really an answer here. Or rather, I need to preserve my foil for the Meddling Mage is the thing that I meant to say. So yeah, that's the plan. Casting foil, targeting Meddling Mage, and it's my upkeep. I have an Impulse and a Dream. What's my plan? No plan. Mono blue control. Duress. Okay, I guess I'm impulsing for an island or a creature, huh? Okay, that works. 1 black mana for reanimate targeting Meddling Mage. Should probably name Flash of Insight. I guess Powder Keg is the next best thing to name. Yeah, Flash of Insight. Okay, so I should concede quite quickly here, I think. But I'm live to I'm live to the Powder Keg and like a Chain of Vapor, obviously. Hermit Druid. Portent me. Okay, any order? Yep. Pass. The Forsaken City. Draw a card. Drew an island. They could definitely mistakenly Hermit Druid into like me having Brain Freeze or something. So there's that. But yeah, it might not be worth my time. We will keep seeing. Okay, Black Vise and Brain Freeze, huh? Guess that's a shuffle. Black Vise is not very good when I don't have Stasis. What's this? They're gonna go for it, and then do they have enough Cabal therapies? Maybe I should have drawn Brain Freeze, I guess. I guess I should have drawn Brain Freeze. What the heck? I didn't think that they were gonna ship it. They're just going to full ship on their upkeep, and then if I have Stroke of Genius or Brain Freeze on the top. I guess if they saw me keep, then it would have been fine. That's wild. I'm still alive to draw Chain of Vapor into... do they have the Cabal therapies? They don't. They just have 0 Cabal therapy in their deck? Hold up. What is happening? Wow. Okay, I guess I just threw by not... Oh, they do have Cabal Therapy. So the 1 Cabal Therapy, I mean, they just showed me their whole deck. They're still obviously have Dreadnoughts. They're playing Meddling Mages. That was so weird. I really wish I wish I topped Brain Freeze and just like let them walk into it. Gosh, that feels so dumb. I just feel like, I guess they did feel like they needed to do something because eventually they would get cooked. It was just 1 Cabal Therapy though. I can be holding 2 different answers. I can be holding a Counterspell and like another thing. It seems very strange to me that they chose to do it this way. Like, I don't know. Okay, so we do... Meddling Mage means we do have to play the Stasis plan. Stroke Genius. Counterspell still good. Simple still good. Chain of Vapor still kind of good. Stops what they're doing. Having stuff with different names is good. Power Sync is bad, I guess. I mean, it's not really that bad if we're going to still be playing Stasis, but... I mean, it just makes it more likely that I answer the Meddling Mage. It's like basically become the most important thing. The thing is, their deck is so cheap, but they also don't run a lot of lands. But they like don't need their untap step that much. Ugh. Okay, once again, I'm just gonna lose the time. I think I'm down to like six and change, like 7-ish minutes. Seems pretty bad. I have to find this Black Vise. I don't know how to sideboard. Feels like everything is good, but that's just because there are just a bunch of blue cards that I love and are good. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and board out some of my like stuff that is designed to play a slow game because I have to play a fast game. I guess that's the deal. But yeah, I guess I'll just brain freeze my opponent next time. Feels bad. Yeah, 6 minutes 40. Not ideal at all. I mean, you kind of have to still have Claws of Gix because if they Meddling Mage naming Chain of Vapor, it's much harder for you to maintain your Stasis lock. So that was already a mistake. Because it just makes Meddling Mage more of a must counterspell. Okay, turn 1 Hermit Druid. Definitely going for the mega ship here. What should I do? Should I just go counterspell foil? I think that's the plan. All right, I have the answer to this. Could I go end step Chain of Vapor? I think so. I wouldn't dump your library here. Okay, what's the plan after you dump your library? You just lose? Okay. That's a bold one, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. I mean, should I just play this Stasis? And then they draw, they just have to ESG, and then they have to have like double ESG. I just don't. Okay. I mean, I think my opponent might be new to the. I played against them at the last league, and I think they're a little bit new to the play patterns of the deck. I think it was fine that they played into Brain Freeze the first time, but playing into like, if I just have Counterspell for Krozenwreck on their upkeep, they can't do anything about it. They'd have to have Elvish Spirit Guide Krozenwreck with backup. I think they got a little too excited there. It was like pretty. They were fine. They were honestly in totally fine shape, and they could have done a lot of things to hurt me. So that was definitely a little surprising. But yeah, I got away with it. I actually think they would have probably won most. Like, the Angry Hermit deck seems to be pretty well prepared for Stasis. All of the cards cost 1 and 2. You have Duress, you have Cabal Therapy, so you can pretty easily like just kind of play the waiting game and get to a point where you like kind of have 5 or 6 mana in play, throw a couple Duresses out, get your Hermit combo going, and stop them. And I guess the only thing that kind of counteracts that is that I do have like a lot of good interaction. I have Chain of Vapor, I have Boomerang. I have counterspells with 3 different names. 2 of them are cast with no mana, so I think that was interesting. But yeah, I obviously just didn't navigate game 1 particularly well either, so that was another thing. Jumping into match 2 versus Grantfly on the play, and we have a keeper. Hand's a little bit land light, but we will persevere, I think. See what kind of action we can get. A little Swamp Duress, probably. That's fine. Yeah, take the Stasis. I have 2 Powder Keg, or 2 Chain of Vapors, which makes the Stasis pretty scary. And then the Cabal Therapy can obviously pick off the Chain of Vapors, which will make life quite sad. Blackmail? Sure. So this is just Pit Rack. Second Keg. Be really bad if I have to Keg on 2. I think I'm going to just Impulse for my land drop here. Worst land drop. Also Notably, a win con will be on the bottom of my deck. Phyrexian Arena is quite good. That is a card I would happily chain a Vapor. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I mean, it's really good once I draw Black Vise, but I'm not going to have an answer for now. It's just how it goes. Just looking for Stasis, I guess. Oh, there's a Graveborn Muse. Okay, that's quite good for me if I can find a Stasis. So we kind of want to do that. And I'll go ahead and take up my Powder Keg. Counterspell, huh? Okay, I'll take 4 looks at a Stasis for sure. And we got it. So this is definitely going to be some work. I'm going to be in the sadness zone for a while, but they will also be taking 2 damage a turn. And then I'm going to have to obviously stack things correctly. Muse gets in, but they can't remove the Stasis. So unless they get a lot of blackmail on me, then I'll be in okay shape. There's a Claws of Gix. It's actually kind of good. If I draw another Stasis. Okay. I think that's fine. Everything's fine. They are going to draw like a lot of land, so eventually they will draw enough discard on me. So maybe I should have played the Claws of Gix so that I can set up a good turn. I don't know, maybe it's fine. I mean, yeah, eventually they're going to draw triple duress, right? So they need to draw like triple duress blackmail type stuff before I draw the Gush. Take the Chain of Vapor. It's nearly equivalent to taking the Claws. We've got Ritual. Hippie. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to blow that up. Yes. Exile the Counterspell. There's an island. So should I go Island, Claws of Gix, and then go on with my life? Because I'll have like the option to blow up Stasis. I'll have the option to blow up Stasis. And then what this also allows me to do is it allows me to ignore the hippie if I want to, which could be relevant. Yeah, so I'll just ignore the hippie. Curse Scroll is fine. Obviously, that does nothing right here. And we'll go on with our lives. Oh, obviously I can't do this. Yes. Island is good. Yeah, I think they're just going to die to their own stuff here. Interesting deck. I like some of these cards. I like all the cards except for blackmail. And I mean, it just makes Stasis a hard lock, right? Mono black can't do anything about my Stasis situation. And they gave me the clock by giving me the Forsaken City. So that's pretty good. We will play another Forsaken City. Why not? So our opponent can... I guess our opponent can still eventually catch us with the duress, which would be pretty bad because I would get time walked here. But I mean, that's just showbiz. I obviously still need to find the Gush, and then obviously if I draw Thwart, I'm in superb shape. So, well, I mean, if I draw Thwart the turn that they go for discard, I suppose. Oh wow, they've got Spawning Pool in their deck. That is not something that I expected. And we'll pay for Stasis. I guess I should have sandbagged the Forsaken City to try to draw out the duress, because yeah, exactly, this is going to happen to me now. So I am exposed to the duress blackmail situation for this turn, and then I'm not happy about it. So I'm going to be basically tapped out. Yeah, they can get out with the duress. So I had to hold the Forsaken City because now they can. But the thing is, they have blackmail in their deck. So if I held the swamp, I would have been cooked anyway. So yeah, so they're going to get an untap here. So they broke out. So yeah, I guess I needed this to be a Vise and not a Claws of Gix maybe, or something. Or this could have been a Vise. Go for the attack because they will get their untapped set. So they get attack for 2, then they get attack for 5, 6, 7. So it won't be enough. So actually I will have some outs here. Ooh, Dark Ritual. They can add a creature to the battlefield. Oh, that's interesting. So the Withered Wretch is actually quite good, huh? Because it gets the Flash of Insight. They didn't need to do that then, though. They could have gotten their attack in. So the next turn they can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But they're also dealing a lot of damage to themselves. So that's good. So I think I'm going to go for no on Keg. These are obviously no. And then this is going to be a no. Stasis dies. Draw a card. Island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I think they're just going to die, right? Maybe I should have done a little bit more math and figured out if killing the Graveborn Muse makes sense. I also have time advantage. I guess they can probably find creative ways to blow up their own board, or they're just going to drain life for me for like 1,000. That's actually the much more likely outcome, huh? So yeah, that's the problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, and they can drain life me for 7. They can go for blackmail too, obviously. They go for duress. So they don't run a lot of blackmail in their deck. Oh, Spinning Darkness, my own Mishra's Factory, huh? That's interesting. Negator, okay. Masticore, okay. So you're still taking 3, but you'll survive. And then I'm facing like a lot of lethal damage, so this Claws of Gix has like a lot of work to do. 1, 2, 5, 10, 14, so I can't gain enough life, huh? Let's see if they do any more things with their deck. Show me any more cards. Yeah, so the duress to get out of Stasis Lock was unfortunate. Obviously, if I had Gush at any point in time, I would have looked a lot better. And they're not going to be playing pit type stuff, so it's all good stuff to know. That Withered Wretch was pretty good. Obviously, the Flash of Insight could have helped me get further. All right, so what is good here? So I have to have more win cons because I have the possibility of getting out win conned, like getting all my win cons duressed. Powder Keg actually feels relevant. I want this stuff. There are quite a few Annul targets. Man, Negator is pretty big and scary, huh? I'm gonna word out foil. It's gonna be hard to foil. I might board out Boomerang because it's not fully necessary. Yeah, I needed a Stasis with 1 extra mana. I think I actually should have, I don't know, if I let them untap 4 lands, that would have been too good, I think. It's actually kind of an interesting spot. So maybe I just like went for Stasis too soon. I wasn't like actually under like life-threatening pressure. I was just going to take a few more damage. Guess Keg isn't that crazy. I'm only going after like Withered Wretch and Mishra's Factory with Powder Keg. It's not like that big of a card. Ivory Tower, Boomerang, Misdirection. Misdirection can't hit duress. Maybe it hits blackmail, but that's not that good. And then I didn't see a drain life, but obviously if it does hit a drain life, it's quite strong. But the rest of the deck still feels quite streamlined around my plan A. So let's just stick to plan A, I think. Oh, and I can always board out a Forsaken City because this is one of the slower matchups. think that might be fine. I mean, I just didn't draw. I mean, I had to draw Thwart. I had to draw Thwart like that, the one turn that they were going to go for the duress, and then that would have been pretty good. Okay, we have a turn 1 Ivory Tower, which is pretty good. Ritual Hippie. Okay, that's quite rude. Let's hope they nuke a Flash of Insight. Ritual Hippie is quite good against my Ivory Tower start, huh? Flash of Insight. Island? Ooh, that was rude. Wretch? Okay. I'm beginning to... I've already lost the game. Okay, I can't win. Yeah. There's almost nothing I can do here. I mean, casting Stasis here is the same thing as discarding Stasis in many ways. So it could be fine. Just throw one away. I'm not sure. I think maybe forcing them to use their mana would be good. Okay, it's the Thwart. So I'm not actually in too much trouble yet. Like if I draw an island, I get to another hippie. All right, so it looks like it's time to draw Gush off the top here. Impulse. Guess I'll impulse for a land drop. There's not much else I'm doing here. The Chain of Vapor is nice, and the Keg is also nice, but I have to impulse for this land drop, I'm pretty sure. And then I just need these hippies to miss the Stasis, and then I need to draw Gush. Exactly. Okay, I'm just going to get duressed and then have everything go. Okay, well, I just lost. Guess the black discard was a little too much. I mean, the Ritual Hippie is too much. I can't actually beat Ritual Hippie unless I have the Chain of Vapor exactly. Guess this Ivory Tower is too optimistic. It's like you have to draw Gushes for Ivory Tower to be good. Huh. Okay. That's an interesting one, but my opponent should be able to just kind of maneuver here. Or yeah, they could just do that. Whatever. This is just like the worst case scenario, right? Let's see, if they start with duress, that also can cook me. Okay, I'll take 8. I could also just lose to an attack. Swamp. If they have duress, I'm completely cooked. Or yeah, if they have a creature, I'm dead as well. Guess I'll take the island. A draw step and a dream. Gush. Gush Stasis. Portent won't do it. GG's, that wasn't even close. All right. Let's try to cook. Let's try to cook. Try to cook something, anything. Anything but Ritual Hippie. Opponent's deck like really made Dark Ritual look good. Playable. I guess I should have won game 1. That would have been a difference. All right, lock in. Can't waste a second. And we're on the play again. Yeah, keeping this. All right, open on the island, full paths. Another swamp. Stop swamping me, bros. Deja vu. At least my hand is... I actually keep on finding the Flash of Insight, which is pretty poggers against basic swamp. If I somehow make it to the turn where I'm casting this Stroke of Genius, I'm also like a happy guy. Ravenous Rats? Okay. It's kind of the happiest I've ever been to be facing our Ravenous Rats, that's for sure. So this I mean, there are potential problems here. Mainly that the Cabal Therapy that follows this Ravenous Rats is going to be quite good. But other than that, I'm not like too concerned. Always happy to play my Vise against the mono black deck. Although if they turn out to be black-green and they deal with this Vise and then they deal with the Stroke of Genius, then we're actually super dead. Or if they're black-red and they deal with the Vise. Cabal Therapy resolves, of course. They just name Stroke, so that's the last card that they know. And then, yeah, so this Vise has to survive. Or I have to mill my opponent, which is going to be tough if they don't play any form of card advantage here. Even this Impulse could, randomly lose me the game. Go ahead and attack Portent. There's a random Stasis. Should I play this one? They're waiting to rats me. They've dealt with a Stasis. I have a Vise in play. I kind of need some material though. Interesting. We're gonna any order this and pass. Counterspell is pretty good. Get a Counterspell of Duress here. Hope they play Phyrexian Arena. Cabal Therapy. Guess I'll just counter it. Yeah, I'll just counter it. I mean, if they randomly guess like correctly, then I'm not gonna be like happy, obviously. Yeah, Braids, that's interesting. Sacrifice this island. And I'll use that mana because I think that's good. Braids is pretty cool here. It's a lot of islands. I guess I should play Stasis if I was going to draw that many islands. Okay, I'll go for Portent over a foil. See what the Portent pulls in. Counterspell. Probably want Impulse rather than Counterspell. I think so. Okay. I need to put my triggered abilities here. Can I draw a Gush, please? It feels like my not drawing Gush is the thing that is bothering me right now. Squeebob. Okay. Guess I have to play Stasis because I'm going to lose all my permanents. Counterspell, Claws of Gix, Forsaken City. I guess it's Forsaken City. Goodbye, Island. And we're casting Stasis. Ironically, this Stasis is like not really like the braids interacts kind of well with the Stasis in like kind of an interesting way. I also can't sacrifice the Stasis to the braids, which is another fun detail. They're gonna cash in their attack with Squee. I am enjoying these decks that like beat Stasis. Like this deck certainly looks good against Stasis. Can I draw a Gush though? There goes the Squeebob. Squeebob. Don't duress me, bro. Okay. I mean, I'm not sure, honestly, what's gonna happen because soon I will not be able to Gush. I guess Braids really demolishes Stasis. Wait, I should have thought about what would happen if I cast the Stasis into the Braids. I mean, I also had to. I also didn't have a choice. This Black Vise isn't doing anything though right now. Duress. Okay. Boo. I don't even know if I can sacrifice Island. Like, I have to draw Gush. But if I draw Gush, I can't do anything anyways. So I would just need to draw Chain of Vapor. Chain of Vapor also doesn't help. Wait, so nothing helps? So I have to draw Gush? Oops, I shouldn't have... I needed to sacrifice the Forsaken City here. I needed to tap it and then do the thing. I guess I'll Portent? No, that can't be right. I don't know. I also like the not doing Squee here, obviously, to stay under Vise. All right, so I am going to trade down all my lands for their lands, though. Rats. Rats is pretty good. There's Chain of Vapor. They'll be able to Braids me out, though, because they are going to have 3 mana next turn. Okay, GG's. Well played. Braids, huh? Oh, I have to run stupid Brain Freeze again. And Flash of Insight. Ugh. Rough one. Yeah, these black decks are cooking me, huh? Well, I deserve it. I'm playing a unequivocally evil deck. All right. I mean, I have seen 0 copies of Gush in 3 straight games against black decks, so I can't I can complain about that. That seems like I'm getting pooped on, and in a super no fair kind of way. Okay, I'm gonna stick with my plan. I don't think it's a bad plan. I mean, maybe I just have powder kegs as just like dumb material that like can sometimes deal with the braids, or like a Mistress Factory. I don't know. Seems unnecessary. We're just doing this. I'm not gonna overthink a matchup that I still have to like draw my cards in the correct order to win. Should I just take the draw against the stupid deck? Like what am I supposed to, like, what does the play let me do? Guess it gives me the mana advantage. This matchup is still about spending mana, huh? Okay, we have the combo. We can have a turn 3 stasis that is, or turn 4 stasis is not bad here. It's quite the early Vice. They are going to have artifact removal in the game too, so I don't want to like have Vice out until I can really deal with it. See, my opponent has turn 2 Ravenous Rats here. I have turn 2 nothing. I don't know. The black deck seems like quite a good way to go around, because the dresses just give you so much like leverage to like get away with stuff. Dress resolves. Takes the Chain of Vapor, then gets off the Cabal Therapy. Pretty brutal. I don't think I should have like ran out Stasis knowing that this was like a thing that they could do. They played this around Days, which is kind of sweet. I like the heads upness of that. Goblin Tinkerer is not one that I expected, but definitely glad I don't have a Vice in play right now. Man, I really need a Cane, huh? Okay, well, there's a Vice. Did I shuffle at any point? I thought I saw the Vice and... Oh, I shuffled the Vice away, that's right. Take Counterspell. There's the Stroke. All right. This is dicey. This is not a good spot. I mean, I'm gonna have to use this Stroke on me. I'm not gonna be able to save it for like trying to use as a win con here. Not against a deck that's like this. I mean, we'll see. My development is quite good. I have 5 lands in play, and my opponent has 2, so I'm not like mad about it. Cabal Therapy resolves. They don't know about anything in my hand, so just let them name Counterspell, and then I can Flash of Insight for the goods. They name Gush, so I've dealt with the therapy there. Obviously, these therapy sessions are not really my favorite place to be. And I have to Counterspell this one. And then, yeah, when they cast, if they cast a Ravenous Rats here, then I lose my Stroke of Genius forever. Oh, Goblin Bombardment. Okay, the Goblin Bombardment resolves. I think this is a good time to Flash of Insight. And it's either Gush or Stasis, huh? So Stasis and then trust my deck. I could just get like Red Blasted, though. Seems bad. Oh, boy. We got to take the Gush here. We got to keep grinding. But we're looking for one more Stasis, which is kind of the problem. Yeah, I mean, we can get there. We can get there with a Portent. You know, a Portent plus enough dig. I mean, I just don't have enough resources to get the Stasis going right now. Okay, let's assume that I want this and this. And then also both my Forsaken Cities are going to be at the bottom. Kind of hilarious to see the Forsaken Cities in that pile, but I'm also less like committed to Forsaken City being a big deal. Goblin Matron? What is happening? There's Goblin Matron for Goblin Goon. Okay, can't say I know what's going on here, but at least I've got a Chain of Vapor. All right, cool. So we're gonna shuffle now because we want to find anything besides this. Okay, we're not in a bad spot. We can definitely see ourselves winning this game, especially if we find something good soon. Because they are going to be like in a tap out portion, and then we'll be able to play the Stasis game. And then we'll have our Stroke of Genius. But of course we are trying to fade lots of Red Blasts, Cabal Therapy. I mean, guess it's time. All right. 2 win cons left in my deck, by the way. Man, I got Goblin Matron for Goblin Goon. I feel like I should probably just give it to my opponent. This discard is just brutal, though. Like, discard, and then there's going to be Red Blasts. It's pretty rough. There's the Stasis. Yeah, we're casting that, obviously. Gets in. Put in the yield. Tap blue, yes. Island. Claws of Gix, why not? I mean, it is an artifact, but... Oh, I guess I could have considered saving it for once I find Thwart. Dust Bowl. Man, my opponent has cards in their deck that I'm definitely pretty intrigued by. And we're just going to keep going. No big deal here. Nothing too crazy. We are sort of in danger. Okay, now we're officially in danger of... like a Red Blast. Oh, we have the Vise. Gosh, Vise with no protection. Well, we can't get this Vise to rest, so then it's just going to be up to the Brain Freeze at that point. Man, maybe we should run Morphling. I mean, we can protect the Vise, but obviously a Duress cleans up the Vise afterwards. Yeah, we'll do that. Play an island, continue. And I think what we'll do is we will Boomerang with backup here. Because... we have too much resource right now. Cabal Therapy. That has to resolve. Oh, I guess, well, no, that doesn't work. So now they can flash it back and then name Boomerang. I think I just lose. This feels like a lose. Yeah, so they flash it back, they name Boomerang. I can't really do anything about it. I mean, I can Boomerang the Stasis, but I can always Boomerang the Stasis because I have the Claws of Gix. So also, if they have Red Blast, then I'm in trouble. Which kind of feels like the thing that they can do. Okay, I pick up the Chain of Vapor, so that's quite good. Okay, so it is going to be a Red Blast here. So the real question becomes, do I Chain of Vapor my own Stasis, given that? Because then they get they're just overloading the, they're overloading the Black Vise. That's interesting. Man, so now I have to blow up Stasis and then just try to find Stasis again? I think that's the deal. Also, I've drawn one more Gush. I've drawn one more Gush, guys. I can't complain. I drew one more Gush. All right, well, there's only one Stasis left in my deck, so this is the deal. Let's see if I find it. I do like that Gush Thwart, though, so I guess I'm sticking with that. And I will Vise up again. Okay, so we are just playing Magic. It's all good. Withered Wretch. God, I don't love the sound of that, but I guess if they want to spend all their mana on Withered Wretch, they certainly can. Goblin King is also fine. 4. So we're going to Flash of Insight here for X equals 2. Pick the Gush, obviously. And then I'm going to flash back Flash of Insight for all of it. And I guess I'm going to take Gush. And I guess I'm going to do nothing else after that. Okay, I'm going to Portent and I might shuffle. I'm not going to, though. And then I'm going to Gush. I mean, they have that Dust Bowl, which makes it look like they care about stuff. But who the heck knows? Yeah. Anyways, this is going to be a slow victory from here. I mean, I guess it's not guaranteed to be a victory because there's the possibility that they can get a triple red blast or duress red blast here. Or like, I don't know, play enough creatures to attack. And I have 11 minutes also. And I am yielding to Stasis, which is a thing. And it does feel like Magic Online is being quite laggy. But we should be able to kill him. Power Sync is really good against Duress, I will say. This Power Sync is making me feel really excellent. Goblin Sharpshooter. I guess I'll just do Power Sync for 2. Oh, it doesn't tap. It must tap all lands with mana abilities. No! Oh, Power Sync, you betrayed me. What a damn shame. Ugh. Maybe I just let that Sharpshooter resolve then, I guess. Mistakes were made. Okay. Well, slowly killing my opponent and also drew my other win con, so at least there's that going for me. Sure. Thwarting this one. Unfortunately, that did make them take longer to die. I guess, man, I don't know. I was like thinking about doing the Chain of Vapor, but I don't know if they randomly can get a card out of their hand. It would like have saved me like 10 seconds though. Are they okay? Oh, Overload. What a nasty, nasty card. I also can't even like misdirection overloads to like places that matter. Should I just play Chill then? They do have red cards in their deck. What could I possibly take out for Chill? Just some number of Counterspell? Certainly not cards that cost 0 mana. Claws of Gix kind of saved me that game. Boomerang obviously did. I don't know. Duress Cabal Therapy is so unfair. I can't do anything about it. Just having to protect all my resources all the time is like super awkward. Or all my win con stuff all the time is a little awkward. And they have the random Dust Bowl too, which is actually not like the most relevant thing, but could be relevant depending on how things get sequenced. What a headache. I can't believe I needed more Fling. I will note that this is, so the big discussion was like between playing like a 4 Vice style Stasis, 4 Vice, 4 City style Stasis versus this. Against Duress Overload specifically, 4 Vice, 4 City is a little bit better. I will hand you that for sure. Power Sync was really excellent against Duress though. Against potential Duress, it didn't tap their Bloodstained Mire, but alas. It's so funny that this only taps lands with mana abilities. All right. We're chilling. Ivory Tower still seems good on the draw. Question mark. I mean, if they're just going to mope around. No, I'm never going to have 7 cards in hand. I didn't have 7 cards in hand even when I had the lock going, because I just never draw Gush. Like, I'm just not a Gush drawer. If I drew Gush these games, then I'd play Ivory Tower, but I never draw a Gush, so I shouldn't play Tower. All right, let's keep for me, dog. Hopefully my chill works. All right, I have to win this game in 9 minutes. I think it can be done, but it's pretty loose. I normally need about 11 minutes to win a game, 12 to 11 or 12. Also, they can just duress this chill away, so I think that's a shuffle. Swamp, Withered Wretch, Ravenous Rats, discarding Flash of Insight to Ravenous Rats. That's the name of the game here. We're chilling now. Mountain, Withered Wretch, tag the Flash of Insight. Pretty strong. All right, Stasis right now, huh? Nope, wasn't to be. And a Boomerang. Boom. Wretchin. Getting in that 3. Looks like they're going to fight a Hydroblast style situation here. No, they're just going to pay 4 for a Tinker. That's fine. So this is not a bad time for me to find Stasis, huh? So if I go Gush, I go up to 9 cards, and I go to 8, then I discard to hand size. I have to hard cast this Gush. Wait till they cast another red spell, I guess. Well, they're never attacking with this Tinker, so there's that as well. So there's that as well. Braids. Interesting. Huh. What do I do about that? I think I look for a counter. I can either Boomerang it or look for a counter. Boomerang seems meh here. Looking for a counter is also not ideal, but I think that's where we are. Okay. Counter the braids. And now we have an impulse. And our opponent's going to do things. We're going to attack for 3. And yeah, I have to start worrying about my life total. And yeah, if they just don't play anything, I'm not like in great shape because they can just be holding the blast. Priced into taking the Stasis. So yeah, I mean, I just have to attempt the lock, right? There's not really two ways about it. I have to stop this damage. Like if they have the red blast, then they have the red blast. They're always going to. Guess I wish I had Ivory Tower now because I actually did draw the goods this time. Pay for Stasis. Pass, pass, pass. Gonna go for an early chain here because that is what I need to do. And I'll sacrifice it so I can hit the Tinker. And then if they want to hit the Chill, they're more than welcome to. I'm pretty down for them to sacrifice lands, of course. We'll impulse. Forsaken City, huh? Another chain isn't bad. And island isn't bad. I guess we take Counterspell? I don't know. I think I'm going to be able to combo through here. There's a Stroke. I mean, I guess maybe I wanted the chain. Seemed unnecessary. Right now I'm just doing this to save damage, and I think I should be able to dig deep, and obviously that Forsaken City helps my dig, but I'm going to chain before I do anything. My opponent exercising excellent patience here, right? So they really just don't have to do anything until Black Vise hits the table, and then they can play like maximum overload against my Black Vise. They're going to go for Braid's Cabal minion, which I'm pretty happily going to thwart this. So I need to control my hand size this turn. So I'm going to exile, what am I going to exile? Counterspell or Boomerang? Probably neither of those. I'm going to exile this Flash of Insight, I guess. Which seems crazy, but I think is correct. But I can't say for sure because I'm not really... now I'm rushing. This, I have to start doing this. No. Yes. Okay, pass. And I'm not even going to stop on my second main phase. Pitch. Okay, island. Okay. So we're just playing against our own clock now. Soon we will have them locked up, and that's fine. We just have to kind of be ready for the Vice fight. I mean, the Cabal Therapy fight is going to be pretty real too. I wish there was a chill for black cards, I suppose. Because that's kind of what I need right now. Also, like a double red blast kind of gets me. There's kind of a, or wait, they can't double red blast because of the thing. Carrion Feeder. Okay, that's fine. Brain Freeze. Okay, all my win cons are now here. So can I go too crazy? Kind of wait for them to play a spell, maybe. Not sure. Trying to think if I can brain freeze them and stroke them for enough. I have 10 lands, I have 12 lands, so I can stroke for 9. So that means I need to get 20. So I need 7 spells to be cast in a single turn. That's probably not going to happen. There's a Gush. Okay. Okay. Going to go ahead and Boomerang the Stasis. Okay, and then I'm going to do nothing. No. Gush. Okay, Gush. Okay, I'm going for it, right? Oh wait, no, but they have the possibility of okay, this is suicide, what I'm doing right now. Because they have, okay, well what I am going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to cast the 2 chills here, which are going to be like a really solid way to up the spell count. 5. What did I say that I needed? Okay, so there's 2 chills, so they can never Pyroblast again. So we're going to just play Stasis, and then we're going to play Brain Freeze, targeting our opponent. Or hold on, is 7 copies of Brain Freeze enough? I think I said earlier that 7 is enough. Also, I have 3 minutes on the clock, which is plenty, so I can slow down for a second and think. So 7 copies puts 21. Oh, but I bounced a bunch of lands. So do I need to milk another spell? I can't actually milk another spell because of the circumstances. So I'm Brain Freeze, Storm Trigger, do this. Same. Okay. They do have blasts. Okay. So then we're just gonna play all of our lands, and then I should have milked another. Actually, what I should have, yeah. So I should have cast the Chain of Vapor and the Claws, and then recast the Claws of Gix and bounced the Carrion Feeder, because what that would have done was once the Claws of Gix is in play, I can always just like Stasis, bounce stuff, and be fine. So it's just like not a big deal. So I blundered that a little bit. I mean, I should just kind of win on that turn, but it's not a huge deal since I just need to pass the turn a few times until I can stroke them out with Thwart backup. Oh my god, there's a squee. To yield to that squee. All right, how many lands do I need to have in play? They have 11 cards. So I have 5, 6, I have 10, 12. So I just need to go one more turn. And obviously I can't let a duress resolve. Okay, so that is all I have to do. Okay, double thwart is GG, I think. Okay, Chain of Vapor Stasis. Cancel. Untap 10, 12, 13. Make them draw 10. No. End step. Stroke U for 10. Done. Okay. Oh my god, I hate this deck. 2 minutes left. Eli can never play 3 games with this stupid thing. I wasn't even... Okay. If I play a bunch of Vices, then I have to fight over Overload, which I hate. But you really just can't play this in online without the Vices, because it's just like how you kind of have to win. Because defending against duress is just like the worst, and then you also have to defend against Cabal Therapy, so it's just kind of useless. So yeah, don't play against black decks with this deck. You can obviously beat them, as you saw, but you're going to be hurting the entire time that you're trying. Jumping back into it, I am feeling laggy, but we're just gonna rock it. I don't think this is a mulligan. I think this is a pretty sus turn 1 Vice, but we're gonna go for the cheese and then just forget about it. if we're just gonna go to game 2, game 3 if you know, if this hand doesn't deliver the goods. But ironically, we're gonna be in like a spot where we don't want to keg our Vice. Oh, they mulligan too, actually, so it became much worse. Oh, but it's excellent against basic island, I do have to say. Oh man. Okay, we have an answer to Dreadnought ×2 now. Oh no. My binds. Not a good time for my binds to not be working. Every time Magic Online updates, I have to make a new profile for it. Oh, okay, so we're playing against something a little bit spicier. I wonder if I should Boomerang for tempo here. See if this is like a thing that matters. AK. Maybe this is like some sort of Storm combo deck. It's hard to say if I should Boomerang. Double Ancient Tomb. I mean, normally this is like a Dream Hall situation, so I think I'm just gonna continue to chill because of my Black Vise being still cooking, and then I can probably get some more in. Okay, let's see if I can just City of Traders, huh? Go for a Gush. Hopefully they Arcane Denial it. Ooh, Gush into Gush, huh? Like the sound of that. Ooh, Gush into Gush into Gush, huh? Yeah, I mean, that's really good if they're gonna... maybe I should start dealing 3 damage. Not quite. Okay, we are gonna cast something. And it is just Show and Tell, which is... a little bit dicey. So what should I do? Should I Gush in response, looking for a counter? I think so. Let's also, I can discard Flash of Insight to something. It could be another Show and Tell. End step. Okay, end step. Let's just Flash for 2. Looking for more counter spells. Guess we'll take an island. Oh, Power Sink is Poggers. But I think I'm still going to cast Portent, targeting myself. And I'm going to shuffle. Okay, so this is definitely Dream Hall's combo. Wonder if I should Boomerang. I don't think I Boomerang, because Boomerang is like my protection, right? Okay, we're going to lose the City of Traders. At some point we can start booming islands, and it's better. I think Thwart is pretty good, and I'm going to boom an island. Okay, and I'm still going to Portent myself, because I think that's the most powerful play here. Look for the last counter I need. Maybe I would have won a lot faster if I had boomed them to 7, because they just can't empty their hand. Okay, how do I make sure that... Okay, that was interesting. So I'm playing against Dream Halls, and Brain Freeze is good against Dream Halls. And Powder Keg is not good against Dream Halls. And Annul is plausible versus Dream Halls, but who knows? I guess Misdirection is going to be pretty good. And all like the card advantage is pretty good. And all the counterspells are pretty good. The Stasis is ironically not good at all, because they don't need that much mana to function. And they don't cast that much spells for mana. So that's an interesting question, is if I need to be playing lots of Stasis. I don't really think I do. Not that Chain of Vapor is good, but Chain of Vapor is at least plausible. Is there anything else that's super good against them? I think Annul is good. Like, they sometimes hardcast. Seems good enough. I'm not going to overthink it. I think I should be quite advantage. I just have so many counterspells. Oh, I mean, I guess they could play Defense Grid. I didn't think about that. Okay, well... I guess I technically have an answer to Defense Grid. Not a good one. Okay, so I should play more Annuls, because I think Defense Grid is like the most popular protection here. Okay, Island versus Island. City of Traders. Interesting. Pretty aggressive City of Traders right there. I wonder what the idea is. Just a cantrip. Meditate, skip a turn. Interesting. What if I... That's like so aggressive. I could also just counter this. Feels like I don't mind taking another turn. I think I want to counter this. I mean, the upside is that I could stasis them, but I don't even know if that's good after... I mean, I guess I can stasis them and, like, whatever. I think I'm countering the Meditate. I get the extra card, but them getting 3 extra cards is, like, I don't know, quite strong. Seems like it'd be strong. Oh, look at their shiny avatar. That's pretty cool. Ooh, that's fun. I could do this all day. Okay. Just chilling further. Oh, nice. Love hitting a land drop there. Another Meditate. Guess I have nothing to say about that. You may have the Meditate here, but I could draw something good. I guess I'm just gonna lazily play this low-key Stasis, which doesn't have to work too hard, but I also have a bunch of win cons in my hand. Oh, they're just gonna also hand size, which is fun. So it basically erases their gains from Meditate, and I have like so many lands ahead of time. Okay, Forsaken City means we can do this all day. Until it's time to like go for Brain Freeze, right? I'll always have 3 mana up. It's pretty good. I mean, I guess what could potentially happen here is they go for the end step, bounce Stasis, and then we have to get the fight on. But I am going to be able to do quite a bit of work here. They're going to hand size, which is quite good. I have no end step effects. I'm going to pay for Stasis using the city here. I'm going to exile the Portent. Draw an island. Excellent. Having mana available is going to be exciting. Defense grid is definitely a problem, but I do have enough mana for the Chain of Vapor here. So I guess that's fine. Yeah, go with no untap. Island. Okay, so we don't have a counterspell for the defense grid, which is a problem. So what do we do in that case? We just try to brain freeze them in response to their stuff? I guess that is the plan. I mean, I can Flash of Insight for 1. I don't think I should Flash of Insight Impulse mode for a counterspell. I don't think that's good enough. Okay, defense resolves. I can cast 2 spells once you put the guy in play. So, okay, nothing. Take an island. Impulse. Okay, cast Lotus Petal. Goes for it. Dream Halls is on the stack. Rush of Knowledge for 5. All right, we are going to start by casting Chain of Vapor targeting Dream Halls, I think. Yeah, because that will make them draw less than 5, which is poggers. Okay, they're gonna Opportunity. I have no response to Opportunity, right? Okay. Yeah, I have no response to Opportunity. Just need to kind of catch them in a spot where they are like weird. Like if they just need to have like no counter, no stifle here. But yeah, once I mill them, now I'm at mill them 21. Now that I'm at mill them 24. So they need to have a stifle for this brain freeze, I think. AK for 1. Okay, so what is this, 27? So I need to let this AK resolve, ironically. So now I have them on their next do anything. Should I just let them build up Storm? Like, they have to have exactly Stifle. Can they just counter? Okay, so how many copies of this would they need to counter? They would need to counter so many copies, right? Because now we're at 30, so they need to counter 2 copies. I think I let them draw this opportunity because it'll put them at like needing to counter too many copies. I just have to assume they don't have I have to assume that they don't have like an instant speed kill. I also need to like time it against their Storm. Okay, whatever. And we'll just discard this impulse. So they need to have Stifle, or they need to counter like 1,000 copies of, or they need to be able to kill me at instant speed, which I just don't know if this deck can do, because they would need to play Words of Wisdom. I mean, I guess Words of Wisdom is instant speed. Okay, we won. That's why you have Brain Freeze, I guess. Sweet. We'll take those. All right, we're jumping right back into it with a battle against Adobe Pueblo Paleta. And we're portenting. And we will go ahead and keep double impulse, I think. All right, Ramosian. I think I can definitely manage a deck that uses a ton of its mana, although it does use a ton of its mana at instant speed, which is less enticing. And then if they have just like blue cards, then they could be scarier. Okay, we're gonna impulse. I don't think we need Boomerang, right? Yeah, let's just go ahead and get Stasis, because we're pretty well set up for it already. Although that Flash of Insight being on the bottom is super sad, so I'd be pretty happy to shuffle that at a later time. There's the Forsaken City. Should we just ship it? I mean, they might just have a disenchant in their hand. There's also just no reason to. We're not in a hurry. Okay, they're gonna go for the thing. It's gonna impulse. I mean, Keg seems good, but Island also seems good. There's no like Rebel that works really well under Stasis, right? It's just like Whipcorder. We did say we wanted to shuffle, but I don't know if we want to shuffle that bad. Okay, got one. Double Stasis with the Claws of Gix up. I mean, this is just like the most exploitive time to go for state. Oh, I had to go with Forsaken City here though, right? Because if I counterspell, then I'm cooked. Well, I guess I just don't counterspell a disenchant is what happens. Yeah. So we'll do that. Unfortunately, I'm not trapping any mana, but this just seems like the most disgusting spot to Stasis in. I have like so much resource, and I can also just let this get disenchanted. Play the Forsaken City. Don't think I need to play Claws of Gix yet. I might hold it because I might need to thwart it later. I'm just gonna keep yielding for now. Okay, there's a Powder Keg, which I'll probably pitch to the Forsaken City later. It's gonna get me up to 7 cards. Oh, now they're gonna go for the disenchant. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Because it's not gonna get them like that much. And then I have the second one rolled up. Unless they go for like Abeyance Armageddon this turn or something. Okay, just get a little whippy. Get a little whippy guy. Whippy comes in. 6 mana. Okay, yeah, I'll just take an untap step so that I can get a Powder Keg going. And a Portent, why not? Okay, I like the foil. I don't like anything else, though. What am I prioritizing, though? I guess I'm just going to shuffle. So no, I don't need that Flash of Insight. I can just no shuffle. Well, I kind of want to shuffle just so I can get better cards. Second Powder Keg. Second Powder Keg even good. Kind of slows them down. I mean, the foil's like an insurance policy, I suppose. So we'll just go ahead and keep it. And we'll go for the Powder Keg. Just get it out of my hand. There's another Whippy. Mindful of time advantage here. I can take 8 though. That's fine. We are going to tap mana for a morph. Sure. I'm going to tick up to 1. I don't need to kill the morph. And then I guess we'll just play Stasis because it seems good enough. And we have like double protection backup and some stuff. I don't know. I don't actually know what we got going on. Kind of don't have too much going on, but I'm just going to kind of assume that they're pretty mana hungry. They've got some stuff tapped. They're going to get another Rebel for some reason. Is there a Disenchant Rebel? Yeah, you don't have an untap step, bro. I wouldn't do that. So now they're in the Disenchant waiting room. We're in the try to not spend too much clock waiting room. Should I blow up this keg? I'm gonna blow up the keg on 2, I think. But yeah, I do want to just blow it up so I don't have to yield to the trigger anymore. Although they're losing time, so not the worst spot to be. Okay, they're going to go ahead and get their attack in. Mosian. God, blowing up for this for 2 just to save time is actually quite bad. I don't have to work too hard. Although, let's see, next turn I need to pay with Forsaken City. I'm actually going to do it this turn and then pitch the keg, because I know I want to pitch the keg. Impulse, so yeah, I can pitch the Impulse 2 next turn. It's like totally fine. Really looking for obviously Thwart, Foil, Gush, all the good cards. All the good cards that the kids like to play. They get in for 1. 1 doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Another Chain of Vapor. We can Chain of Vapor all day now. And I am going to just Chain of Vapor here for decent value. Because it's just going to pick up. I mean, it's going to be like the same thing as pitching. It's going to just buy me the amount of, like an amount of time. Not like a gigantic amount of time, but like a sort of reasonable amount of time. I'm going to play the Stasis. We're going to chill. So now I still have double protection. They have plenty of lands. They're going to play a 2-drop, I guess. A Silver Knight, sure. Another Forsaken City. That'll be a designated pitch card, I believe. I don't think I have a reason to have it, because I don't need the mana more than anything else. Okay, now I'm tired of the triggers, so oops. I guess Powder Keg is going to get blown up later. Should have just done a main phase. Island. Pass. We'll find a Vise eventually. Counterspell. I guess the second blue lets me keep up double Counterspell with Forsaken? Question mark? I don't think that's better than... Okay. Nice. Too much. And they do have Exalted Angel. Sorry, I'm playing against the White Wieners. And so they're just going to have disenchanty stuff. Okay, so what do I do against White Wieners? Literal nothing? Another keg is good. Boomerang feels less necessary. I mean, they're like an Armageddon deck, so I have to worry about that, except for I'm a Thwart Gush deck, so I have to worry about it a little bit less. I might still play Power Sync. I doubt they're going to play like Abeyance plus Armageddon on me, though. So Power Sync becomes... Well, Power Sync is still like good at doing the mana short thing against their Rebel plan. Could still catch them off guard. What's the plan? The plan is to keg all their guys and still play Keep Away. Do they have anything cool? They could have a Vigilance creature. That'd be funny. Do I want Flash of Insight or Misdirection or Brain Freeze? I don't think I really want or need any of these cards because my cards are safe in my hand. So like the Stroke Win Con is like what I'm going to do. It's going to be slow and painful. Does Ivory Tower make Stroke Win Con better? I don't know. It just feels like it adds another upkeep trigger, which I'm allergic to. The only thing is like maybe they have Seal of Cleansing. Play Boomerang. I don't think I'm going to play Annul. I mean, I guess Flash of Insight isn't like great. I don't need it. I'm not going to have too much time to cast it. Might be better to not play Flash of Insight. Boomerang's like good on Exalted Angel, and it's not like the worst on... I mean, it still obviously is a Stasis enabler. And it'll maybe get me out. Like, if they have like Aura of Silence, I mean, if they have Aura of Silence, I have to obviously reconsider how I'm sideboarding and think about Annuls and stuff. This hand seems totally fine. Maybe Counterspell's not that good against them. Counterspell still feels like a core part of my plan. There's the Mom. That is not going to matter. I'm not going to Tempo Chain of Vapor the Mom when I have a Keg. Priesty. I could always not show the Keg, but Keg takes a while to spin up, so I'm going to go ahead and show it. And if it 1-for-1s them, then that's fine. Okay, they are going to just feed the value to this, which is interesting. I don't think I would do that, but I guess you need to get some offense going. So I'm going to actually be patient on my impulse here because I don't want to... okay, well now I can use it because they tapped. I guess we're just going to go for an island. I'm going to take up. Boomerang, not unwelcome. Just blowing this up, no funny business. No Forest Call of the Claw. Take out their offense here. Their moms get in. Oh, full pass, huh? Don't mind that. I guess I could have impulsed looking for a Keg. I don't know how good that is, though. Another one. I'm going to impulse now. Keggy. Stroke. Gush. Gush is better than Stroke, although Stroke on the bottom is going to be a giant annoyance. But it is what it is. Yeah. You can have a Sergeant. Oh, another 1-drop? A Savannah Lions? Should I counterspell that? I mean... It's... Even if I take... I can't really take a giant hit next turn. But I think... I'm just going to let it lie because it's going to be Stasis time. Like now. Okay. That answers that question. So we are going to Stasis. And the problem is if we Gush, we go up to 1 extra card. Because we'll go up to 9, 8, and then we'll hand size 1 card. I think that's not where we want to be. So we're going to hold the Gush to enable the foil. Oh, and they're just going to scoop. Okay, yeah. It's pretty miserable. I mean, there are things that they can do to get out of the match, but obviously there's not too much going on here. All right, final boss. I think we can try and do the unthinkable, which is spend less than 17 hours playing Stasis, but we shall see. We shall see. I mean, I don't have high hopes because I mean, I don't know. If my last opponent shouldn't have scooped, I probably would have won that game, though. Maybe I should have done better against that game where I like got dressed. The Braids deck was maybe closer, but trickier. But yeah, I think that I'm definitely leaning towards the maybe more aggressive version of this deck that just tries to sort of like tempo your opponent out by getting early Stasis, early Black Vise. And I do think that playing more Black Vise is good. Okay, we are playing against Basic Island, which is good news for us. And we do have like a lot of tools, which is good news for us. So we can put together a pretty convincing power sink into Stasis. Storm Island against, what is this, APAC Island? Real Life Island? Denmark Island? Oh, we're playing against Meddling Mage? Seal of Cleansing. I guess Seal of Cleansing is annoying. So yeah, we have a good matchup against Replenish, but like not like the best ever. And we do have to kind of be maybe a little careful, but I kind of want to Stasis after they cast the attunement here. Okay. They could just, okay. I was going to say. So we are going to go ahead and cast Stasis. This is kind of a tricky one because my counterspells aren't live. I have noticed that I want to have the mana up plus the ability to counterspell, but we'll see. This tends to be good. Flooded Strand. Pay. Powder Keg, useless. I guess I'm like pretty cold to a Seal of Cleansing, but I've already dealt with one, so we're just gonna let it rock. Because if my opponent plays Seal of Cleansing here, I have to like Chain of Vapor Stasis in response, or just force them to use it end step on Stasis and try to find another one, which isn't the craziest thing, but then they'd have free reign to like rock my world. So yeah, I'm really fighting against this potential Seal of Cleansing here. Also, who knows if they have counter magic in their deck. There's a Vice. I guess I am happy that I'm seeing this Vice sooner rather than later. Them pausing on this Gush makes it seem like they have counter magic. So should I wait to cast this Vice in order to protect it? That's interesting. I think I kind of want to bait out the counter, and then I don't want them to counter Chain of Vapor, which is like the bigger deal. But these things are all going to happen quite quickly, I think. So what should I do? I think I do want to bait out the counter here, but it is one of my only win cons, but it is a win con that takes time to develop anyways. No, I guess I can draw another copy of Chain of Vapor, which would be good. And obviously I can draw Thwart. Oh, attunement. So they're going to just go for gold here, huh? I guess I'm awkwardly caught with my pants down here. Interesting. Okay, we need to find some counter magic. Okay. This is super awkward. I need a Claws of Gix. Because I have to counter a stupid whatever replenish. I mean, I think that they're going to mana leak me. So I want them to mana leak this Vice. And then I have to hope that they don't have an additional mana leak. I'm actually just going to lose. Okay. So I'm glad that they mana leaked this. Okay. Nope. Nope. Yeah, so I'm just gonna lose. Interesting. So maybe Replenish does have game against Stasis. Maybe I went too soon. Maybe I didn't draw enough counterspells. Luckily that wasn't a soul land, but another mana leak is going to spell death for me here. I guess I could have waited until I drew the Forsaken City to go for mana leak or go for Chain of Vapor. Oh, nice. We got him. Okay, that's pretty encouraging. I think we even have enough to do this. Counterspell Gush. I want the Gush, I guess. I guess I needed an extra turn. Oh, you know what I could do is just tick up a Powder Keg up to 4 now that I'm in this spot. That's interesting. I need more foils. Huh. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Luckily, I'm ahead on time. But yeah, I kind of need something to take the initiative here. But I'm glad I played the turn correctly okay, that foil is obviously poggers. But yeah, I'm glad I played through the mana leak correctly. And now we're just cruising. We have plenty of gas. We might even hand size a Flash of Insight on purpose. I think that might be correct because we have to force through the next thing, island. So if we hand size on purpose, we'll have whatever up. But if we ever cast the Flash of Insight for 2, we're just flashing with single Counterspell backup. But I guess we have a choice. We have the choice to whatever. But I'd rather foil pitching the Flash and then going Flash for the Chain of Vapor that we need. Okay, Chain of Vapor waiting room now. I wouldn't mind a Thwart as well, because I have to worry about double mana leak from opponent here. And I also have to worry about okay, Gush is disgusting. Gush should do it, I think, because I'll be able to bounce with double backup. And they can only have double interaction. Okay. 2 counters, and then obviously Gush can sometimes draw Thwart. Sad we had to use our power sink so early. It's an impulse. Okay, Powder Keg, Flash of Insight, and impulse here. Can't wait to draw Claws of Gix. I guess that impulse has some utility over an additional copy of Stasis. Once I draw the Thwart, though, I am going to consider going for Flash of Insight, but I guess there's no hurry as of yet. Maybe I want to Flash of Insight into Thwart? No, Flash of Insight into Thwart is the same as casting Counterspell. My opponent has loaded up quite a few lands here, so I should be worried, especially because I still have not found a single copy of Thwart, or Chain of Vapor for that matter, and they can potentially triple Counterspell me. And I wouldn't mind a Forsaken City as well. Forsaken City would unlock the second Counterspell backup for my future Chain of Vapor behaviors. I'm actually flooding out because I have 14 lands in play, and so I have 16 of my 24 lands in over half my deck. And yeah, my opponent has enough mana to go for Replenish and double Counterspell backup soon. So I do need to try to do something good here. I have all 4 Opalescents in graveyard. That's an interesting one. Man, we are not drawing Thwart. Oh boy. Claws of Gix, please. Okay, thank you, dealer. I also need to draw one more island, though, ironically. Yeah, but I think we just lose. I actually think that we just lose. End step. We're going to put the untap trigger afterwards. We're going to pay with city. We are going to yield to this for now. Then we're going to try to draw an island one time. Like this time we'll try to draw an island. Okay, we drew Thwart, which is just as good as an island. So we can keep going. So now we can Flash of Insight with Counterspell backup. I kind of want double Counterspell backup because I want to be like fully rolled. Okay, let's draw one more island, I think. Okay, that's good. End step, Flash for the maximum. I want Chain of Vapor. Then I want Thwart, Gush, and Counterspell, and Island, and then 2 portents on the bottom. My end step, I will go for the Chain of Vapor here. No, if I draw one more island, I have triple counter backup for Chain of Vapor, right? Yeah, I think that's correct. Yes. I have 2 Stasis in exile, so this is my 4th copy of Stasis. So this one has to survive. So it does make... I think that's fine, though, because they can't like do it on end step. Okay, we did miss on backup there, but we are not obliged. I do have 16 islands in play and only a few left in deck, so maybe it's time to go for it with double counterspell, triple counterspell backup. I do want them to make the first move, but I think triple counterspell backup is enough. I mean, they can do a triple mana leak on me. But that actually just means that it's until I draw. Okay. Guess I'll impulse. I guess I'll get Chain of Vapor just because I need it for the eventual Stroke of Genius for the win. I mean, I guess another counterspell is like really good though. But I don't want to be digging for the Chain of Vapor. I don't really remember where it was, where my next one was. I'm gonna say no to this. There's the Claws of Gix. Kind of useless now because I don't have an additional copy of Stasis. But at least I have all the counter magic I need in my deck to end this game. Pay for Stasis. Chill. Forsaken City. Pretty reasonable. Unlocks my mana at a time that I need to unlock my mana. Wonder how many must counter spells my opponent can cast here. Oh, but the triggers are annoying. Because we're at 15 minutes, but we can spend another 4 minutes in this game, and my opponent is also behind on clock. I should be tracking things. I guess I should have just taken the counterspell, because quadruple counterspell backup is not enough, because they could potentially out-threat me here. Anyways, some turns will pass. If you see a time skip in the video, it's because nothing happened. Our opponent is not yielding to stuff though, which is kind of interesting. We are going to pay this time with Claws of Gix because we have so many cards in hand. There's the Stroke. Okay, so we have Stroke with 5 counterspell backup, so that should do it. 1, 2, 10, 21 lands. So I have to do wait 5 more turns. Shucks, they're gonna play a Seal of Cleansing. Okay, so I have 23 lands, so I can stroke them for 19 with triple counterspell backup. Stroke them for 19 for triple counterspell backup, and then they won't have any anything. But I can use my non-free counterspells to engage here, but there's no point, right? So I'm gonna stroke them for, well, I should just stroke them for 18. So stroke them for 18. So this is 10, 20 lands, 21 lands is to stroke for 18, and then I'll have single counterspell that I have to pay for backup, and so I'll have quadruple counterspell backup. So Seal of Cleansing can just resolve because it doesn't do anything. But yeah, they have enough lands in play. End step. Okay, well, we'll go for Chain of Vapor targeting Stasis. Also turn off auto yields. Okay, they resolve that. Okay, Chain of Vapor fizzles. So I was going to think of floating mana, but I have nothing to exile, so we're going to say no. And we're going to say no. There's no reason not to do it now, so let's just do it now. Actually, let's just do it on their draw step, right? Stroke U for 18. I mean, I guess I could have waited until they cast something. Oh, no. Oh, no, I did the math right. So we can cover all 3 mana leaks. So it's only if he has like a secret counterspell. Secret double counterspell. Also, I have more clock. So Secret Tech can win this game, but nothing else can. Okay, Intuition resolves, I guess, for Gaia's Blessing. Yeah, Got the green splash. Okay, you can have a Sword Splashers. That's funny that they're all left in the deck. Okay, so there are 3 mana leaks total in their main deck. Pretty interesting. Okay, so this is supposed to be a good matchup, but honestly, I don't even feel like I am like doing super goodness here. So there's quite a few questions. The first one is, does my opponent have Meddling Mage? Because I want to bring in all of these cards. So Claws of Gix is an easy cut. All the counter magic stays in. The cantrips seem pretty fine. The Chain of Vapors become less good if I am going to board out Stasis. And I think I am going to board out some copies of Stasis, because I think that I don't need to establish Stasis that quickly, and I'm not going to be able to kill them quickly, and they're going to have like a bunch of Orm's Chant type stuff, and so we're going to want to just be like a mono blue control deck. And then yeah, I have to keep in Powder Keg. Powder Keg with 4/4 has some text, and obviously I need Powder Keg if my opponent is going to be coming at me with Meddling Mage. So I think we can go like this. Like, Annul's good, but it's not like, I mean, Annul, I guess Annul's pretty relevant if I'm trying to fight a battle over Parallax Tide, which does give me problems. I guess I'll just keep in 1 Powder Keg because I don't know that they have Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage is so popular, but it's also possible that they just Meddling Mage naming the wrong card. The main thing is that the problem with Meddling Mage is I can't play that slow if they have Meddling Mage. I have to like actually stop them from attacking. So I just don't know their plan, which makes things harder. But I think I'm kind of diversified, and Flash of Insight means I'll be able to find the like 1-ofs in my deck. Notably, I've boarded in Brain Freeze every single match, so maybe I should just play the Brain Freeze main deck, or I could just play a bunch of Ices. Yeah, this has the Power Sink. Power Sink, I guess, is a lot less good when I don't have Stasis. All right, let's not get Meddling Maged. I might even concede to a Meddling Mage just so that I can save the time. I guess I need Annul for stupid Seal Cleansing, but I guess if my plan is to just win with Brain Freeze, I don't. Opponent with an interesting draw here. Yeah, I'll take Counterspell. There's the worst land in my deck now that I'm not very Stasis-y. Alright, I guess I'm just going to save Power Sink for whatever. Flash of Insight for 1, not the worst. Little Think Twice action. Take a Gush. Orm's Chant targeting me. There's nothing they can play that's good. They have like no mana. They'd have to go like Frantic Search, like whatever. Like, they'd have to go like Frantic Search Replenish for Opal Wave combo already. I feel like I could have just let that resolve, but you know, whatever. I guess it's just gonna be a tide. I think I should play more Power Sink in this deck. I think Power Sink just ties the room together. The Meddling Mage? Okay, I'm gonna counterspell the Meddling Mage, that's for sure. I do have Mage. I do have to play kind of a different game post board. Guess I should have Power Synced. Man, that sucks. Oh, okay. They at least named the card that I am not in a hurry to cast. But yeah, I do have a 10-turn clock on me, so I am excited to Gush, and Attunement can resolve. Attunement, I think, is quite bad against like mono Counterspell. I think that I will be able to sculpt my hand faster than the rate they can sculpt their hand, and obviously I have access to Power Sync, so that's pretty nutty. Question is if I want to Gush again or use Impulse or Flash of Insight. think I'm going to wait as long as possible. I'm just going to sculpt. And I don't think I need a hold Gush for potential foil. I don't really want to bounce and counter Meddling Mage for what it's worth. I would rather just go for Brain Freeze. Okay, they pitch a couple Parallaxes. Play Attunement again. Whittling down their cards. I will Gush. They seem to have Mana Leak in their hand. Oh, there's the Chain of Vapor. That's if I ever want to play Stasis. Maybe I can just like get a Brain Freeze kill within 8 turns. Well, I guess I can go Chain of Vapor, Mana Sink, or Power Sink, and then Stasis. So that's not bad. I'm never gonna do anything about this. Replay Attunement. Yep. Impulsing. They're thinking again. Ugh, is this Flash of Insight? Or I guess this is just a Powder Keg? Powder Keg does solve my problem for good. Huh. Okay, I guess that's fine. I kind of need more resources, but because I need to protect the Powder Keg in addition to stopping whatever they're doing. But they only have 2 cards in hand. So I think I will take the Keg. And I'll draw towards those things. Oh, there's a Boomerang. Okay, oops. Maybe I should have taken the Stasis. I have so much answer to Meddling Mage now. I mean, I guess I'll just like play Keg and then Boomerang the Keg. I've cast 2 Gush when he gets in with Meddling Mage again. They could attune again. They attune. I mean, I guess I do lose to some stuff. I mean, if they go for Replenish this turn with Mana Leak Orange Chant backup, Replenish Mana Leak Orange Chant, that's 3 cards exactly. Yeah, if they have Replenish Mana Leak Orange Chant this turn, then they got me. They're thinking hard. They have a Stifle. That is very relevant. So I do have to protect my Brain Freezes. Yeah, Replenish with a Mana Leak backup is going to do it, huh? So I have to Power Sink this for 1, 2, 3. And then they can Mana Leak it. And then I have to... flash into the answer. Okay, never mind. So now I can flash into a Stasis. I guess I'll just take a Gush or a Counterspell. Guess I'll take a Counterspell. And then know that the last 5 cards are pretty bad. Once I draw that last Gush, 5 cards. 5. Okay, I have an Annul. Guess I'll annul the attunement. Chant. Smells like Chant. I gotta say, this matchup is not feeling as good as my instincts would suggest it is. Okay, we're gonna counterspell this. Did they pitch their attunement? No, they still have an attunement in their hand. They're not attacking with Meddling Mage. 2 P waves and 2 opals. Yeah, so I am cooked if they ever land. I don't know. I didn't draw that well, right? I have 9 lands. And I had a lot of looks for more. Oh, no, I'm just winning. Okay. They had equity. But maybe they just don't think they can win 2. They probably can't win 2 games in time. That's for sure. Oh, that would have been a Portent shuffle. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. I definitely have the outs to lose this game. I've won. I think I've won 2 frustration matches. But unfortunately for me, that means we're into the playoffs and I have to play more Stasis. Love to see it. All right. We are not in the top 16. We're in the top 22, which means that we have to play a play-in match to get into the top 16. And we have to do, more clicking. Hopefully, Paulmaster puts us out of our misery. Paulmaster should have plenty of experience playing against Stasis with whatever he's cooking. Oh my God, he's cooking Mountain Lackey. Or Mountain this guy. Okay, well, looks like we're in a fast Stasis game. So we're looking for Island. What do? We play Keg on turn 2? If we play Keg on turn 2, we're going to get Ball Lightning on turn 3. Island. Then we have Gush, Boomerang. We have to wait till we have 5 mana to cast the Stasis with the Boomerang, or 4 mana to cast the Stasis. But we do need to hit every land drop. So I think we just keep this Portent. Oh. Never mind, I guess. I just autopiloted there. Okay, let's hope Paulie plays a 3-drop here. That's awkward. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna Keg and take the guy on the chin. It is not good, but it's not bad. I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's horrible. But Paul knows not to cast a spell here, so. Alright, so I really kind of wish I kept my island, but it's okay, I guess. 3 cards left, and I get to counter the next few things that happen. Just gonna go ahead and do that. Just gotta cash in my counter spells. Yeah, really wish I kept island, but I guess Paul has no mana either, so we'll take those. There we go. Okay, so is that good enough? I think it's gonna have to be. I'm at 12, and yeah, he's gonna cast a 3-drop, which is really exciting. Ooh, I could have boomeranged that and forced him to play it again. Let's get off this power sink, right? Because the fact that I have power sink means that I can chillax. Barbarian Ring. Yeah, let's go. Should I just boomerang this? No, I think it's pretty decent power sink value. And also I'm using the boomerang on my Stasis. Okay. Now is the time. Okay. Just cooking. We do need to have answers to Fire Blasties, obviously, eventually. Gushing. Okay, we have a city. Let's go ahead and start unlocking our mana because we have all these Gushies. And we're going to need to hold up counter spells for eventual life-threatening burn spells. There's another Stasis, so Claws of Gix totally a card in this matchup, but I think we're still on the unlock mana plan because of our Gush situation here. So I can't imagine Keg being good. I guess this is telegraphing that I have stuff in hand. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the problem... Oh, okay. That's pretty broken. Okay, finding the claws is basically like winning the game here. Like, we can even cast this impulse now if we have to. And we will. I think I will take additional Gushes because they're still quite good given my current situation. There's the Stroke. What am I going to do? Gush puts me over the limit here. The Snow Island. Let's see, I'm at 12. Opponent has 6 cards and 4 mana in hand. I do have to start thinking about what I'm doing. I'm going to... Yes... No. Another Forsaken City. So I'm going to pay with Forsaken, then I'm going to Gush next turn. Because I need to kind of randomly gain life. So that's the plan. Maybe there's a world in which I want 2 Forsakens, right? opponent's never untapping. So yeah, I'm gonna wait till I build up a bunch of mana so that I can Claws of Gix my way out of any situation here. And now is totally a fine time to trade in this Boomerang for a mana. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna Claws next turn to unlock 5 mana, and yeah, we have a bunch of life available to us, so we should be able to be good. And then we'll also be able to stroke for a ton of damage at some point if we want to. Fire Blast, okay, Bolt. So Claws being super relevant right now, that's for sure. Bolt resolves. Not bad from Paul. Okay, so do we want to stroke ourselves? Not this turn, but conceivably next turn. Drew a lot of Fire Blast. Let's go ahead and chain Stasis here. Just play on the cautious side. Play Stasis. Try to figure out Paul Master's damage output here. So let's see, we have 2 bolts in the graveyard. So 2 bolts and a Fire Blast is 10 damage. So we need to be able to gain all of the life. So we have to actually use this Stroke of Genius in response to any spell. That unlocks the second Fire Blast, which is kind of sad. So let's see, 2 Fire Blast and 2 bolts is 10 damage, so I need to gain, or no, that's 14 damage, so that just means I just need him to not have it. Okay, I think I needed to think about this game a little bit more, but I think I can still stroke my way out of things. Okay, so it begins. Maybe I should have just gone for the kill, but then he would just send everything at instant speed. Oh, that's fine. Seal of Fire, that's also fine. Second Seal of Fire doesn't actually kill me. Okay, so now it's just 1 bolt and 2 Fire Blasts. Maybe I should have just used this to kill him. Okay, well now I have all the counters up in the world. About time I started drawing counters. So we're gonna go Island. We're gonna go Chain of Vapor. This guy, Chain of Vapor is targeting the Vise. Okay. No need to do anything else. Replay the Vise. Replay the Stasis. And then enjoy my win here with all the stuff I need to be in a good spot. 1 life, no access to any mana. Alright. My upkeep, Island. Alright, I've got tons of life and 2 counters. We're just, Paul Master's just throwing these seals at me. And then I'm just protecting. Okay, we wasted a lot of time there though. Need a lot of chill, need a lot of misdirection. Keg is too slow. Tower is good, but kind of crazy, but it's still good, right? Counters are still good. Maybe Impulse is too slow. And then Power Sink is not necessary because it does the same thing as Chill. I think this is the layout. All right, seems fine. Don't hate it. Okay, I'll take this hand. This is the matchup where we want dazes, but alas. Okay, we got a pup. Island. So I'm going to Chain of Vapor this pup on end step. That's the plan. Really hoping that Paul doesn't have a blast, but he did mulligan once, so that is the thing.
Goblin Patrol, sure. Into Pup. Okay, that's quite the hand. I guess that's the hand that makes me wish I had Powder Keg against. But Ivory Tower is an excellent draw. So I'm going to take 4, then I'm going to take 4, and then hopefully I'll find a Gush. Okay, let's see what Dad has for us. Any of these. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Flash of Insight so I can get some Ivory Tower value going in the near future. Gush one time, and I needed to... Okay, I'm going to take 4 again. So we might as well Flash. I guess I'll take a foil. Okay, need to find that Stasis, don't I? And I can get Fire Blasted with 1 more land. So, gotta worry about that. So it's gonna be Stasis 1 time. Gush works. No, it doesn't work. I needed it 1 turn sooner. Okay, I am dead. I needed it 1 turn sooner. Oh wow, and I discarded a hand size there. Let's see if a burn spell gets thrown at me. Nope. Okay, that was bad. Double chill into no stasis, huh? So sometimes Keg? Oh, I guess Keg is better against Goblin Patrol. Really just have to draw counters. Alright, at least it's Keg on the play. Let's draw our chills this game. Okay. Tower on 1, chill on 2. No play means I would have to play Keg instead of... oh, well, I have to Keg my own tower. I don't know about that. So I'm going to play chill with Counterspell backup on 4, huh? Seems kind of crazy. The Overload, sure. That, unfortunately, is quite strong, but at least I'm at 21 life, and my mana is developing. There's a Mog Fanatic, that's fine. The Seal of Fire is also fine. Barbarian Ring. Yep, chill with Counterspell backup is the plan, and then a second part of our plan has to be still draw things that matter. Because we don't have anything that matters right now. I don't know. Feels like even though I have this chill, it's not that good. And then I'll just blast it. Oh, play Goblin Cadets. Okay. Goblin Cadets is a repeatable source of damage. I guess Ivory Tower is in the graveyard, so there's no reasons to hold Island here. And hopefully I'm dodging an Overload. Oh, plenty of lands. So Paul gets to cast any spell that he draws until I draw the second chill, or the Stasis, of course. If this is Overload number 2, then I'm pretty cooked. 5 mana for a Sulfuric Vortex. Okay, I am at a higher life total currently, but I have no answer to this card outside of Bounce. So I think I'm just cooked. Yeah, I'm just cooked. I needed a Stasis that turn, because then I could have locked him up, but instead we're dead. Because yeah, we need stuff. We need not basic island. Yeah, no, this is gross. Just bolting me, gonna get threshold and then double whatever, and then we're just super dead. Stupid Sulfuric Vortex. Alright, GG's to Paul Master. That's not gonna be... I mean, I got the chill, and I got that tower, and I mean, I need blasts, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I can try to force him to kill me. But the thing is, if I draw Chain of Vapor, then I'll just chain it back to my chill if I do this on main phase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So everything is on board. So I need his hand to be 2 mountains, and 2 mountains only. Okay. GG's. Well, that's a wrap on Stasis. I think I learned a lot that league. I learned some interesting stuff. I mean, some really basic lines, like thinking about how, I mean, I've experienced it before. I had a couple reps with the deck, but definitely came more and more face to face with sort of the reality of either hand size go up or mana go up, but never at the same time, unless you have Gush and Forsaken City. I was not drawing Gush a lot, which was annoying at times. I lost some matches I should have won. I won some matches that I arguably could have lost. And I think it's interesting to think about some of the tech choices, like trimming down on Vice. I think in the Magic Online climate, I would just have to rethink this style of the Stasis deck entirely. It's just too slow, the clock pressure is too annoying, and it's much better to just get a Black Vise into play and beat down. The Stroke of Genius was really good though. I had that Replenish opponent that was planning on making the game just about Black Vise, which they might have the ability to do. Other decks might have the ability to do that. Answer your 3 to 4 copies of Black Vise, at which point you would need Felden's Cane. So I think having different win cons is good, but then you start adding too many win cons, you have too many different win cons, and that's just taking a bunch of space in your 75 that you need for tech. I think we could have survived without Claws of Gix, even though it won us game 1 against Burn. And it was cool that it won us game 1 against Burn. I think Ivory Tower obviously doesn't really work. Once again, hand size goes up or cards goes up, but never, or sorry, hand size goes up or mana goes up. But trying to trigger Ivory Tower under Stasis, if you have 7 cards in hand and a Stasis in play, sure, it's great to start gaining some life, but it's really hard to have 7 cards in hand in general with this deck. It doesn't actually run that much card advantage. It just runs Gush and, you know, Stroke and Flash, but if you're up against Burn, you have no time to use Flash. So definitely some interesting things that I learned. I didn't really get like the blue control-y deck matchups that I wanted, but if I did play against those decks, I would have considered having at least 1 mana short in the deck. I thought Flash of Insight was great in this deck though, and I would probably want to run 2 main deck, because if I am sort of trimming down on certain cards, then having the ability to be like, okay, it's time for me to find exactly this card, then Flash of Insight's great for that. And it also guarantees that like something like the last Black Vise in your deck won't be too far down in your deck to deal the damage necessary before you deck out or something like that. I don't know if I would want to solve this problem by playing Gaia's Blessing. I think Gaia's Blessing is totally reasonable, but I just prefer this style of deck. But it does make you think. It's like, would you rather play Tide Control, Mono Blue Dreadnought, decks that can use a lot of the same tools, but don't have some random pain points that Stasis does. But I don't know, it was kind of fun, kind of unique deck. I mean, it was fun torture, but it was like, upon reflecting of it, I feel like I've grown as a person, and I think this is a deck that you should watch out for, and, you know, learn what your deck strategy is against it, because you don't want to get caught sleeping on a deck like Stasis. And if you're going to pick up this Stasis deck, I think you can get away with trimming kegs, maybe put 1 or 2 propaganda in there, get away with getting rid of Claws of Gix, and think about adding 1 more win con to the main deck. And we just add the second Vice to the main deck, and then just play Brain Freeze over a Stroke of Genius. I don't know. I sided in the Brain Freeze so often, but that was only because I would have sided in Vice as often as I sided in Brain Freeze. So maybe this Brain Freeze should have just been a Cane. If you're playing in paper, this can be a Cane. If you're playing in Magic Online, you definitely need to kill your opponent. And the rest seems relatively reasonable. I thought the cantrips were really good. I thought Portent was excellent. I didn't draw as many Thwarts as I wanted, but I think running 4 Thwarts is a little bit dangerous. And I thought 2 Forsaken Cities was fine. I think 3 is fine. And I think 4 is really unnecessary, honestly. But that's just my opinion, man. And yeah, I don't know. Kind of cool. I mean, it's cool that I 5-1'd. I had pretty poor breakers, though. So I got some, matchups against decks that were maybe a little bit less meta. So didn't get to really showcase the kind of matchups that I would have wanted, like Stasis against, heavy blue decks that you're just supposed to be able to exploit. Or, maybe it's just Stasis is just good against derpy mid-range decks. Who knows? I didn't even play against a deck like Terrageddon, but honestly, there's so many cards that you don't want to see. You don't want to see Meddling Mage. You don't want to see Red Blast. Don't want to see Duress Cabal Therapy. You don't want to see Carpet of Flowers. It's just like every color has like a somewhere between popular and medium popular card that they can use against you. So I wouldn't recommend Stasis, but it does kind of create fun puzzles. So it's good for enjoying, and this is a relatively inexpensive deck to build. So definitely one of the best budget decks in Premodern. So it does have that going for it. Aside from that, thanks for watching and have a gentle day. We'll be back next league with something. And, drop in the comments if you are liking certain decks more than other decks, or if there's decks that you want to see. I'll always consider it if there's popular demand to watch me play a certain kind of deck. Take care.